Did you know that in 2024, our sun is going to put on a show that's out of this world? Indeed, our life-giving star is preparing for a grand spectacle called the solar maximum. But what exactly is this, you might wonder? Well, the sun follows a roughly 11-year cycle of activity, oscillating between periods of quiet and tumult. At the cycle's peak, known as the solar maximum, the sun is especially active, spewing out a stunning amount of energy and particles into space. This increased activity leads to more frequent solar events, such as solar flares and coronal mass ejections, or CMEs. These powerful bursts of solar wind and magnetic fields can trigger spectacular displays like the northern lights, or aurora borealis, which are usually confined to the polar regions. But when the solar activity is particularly intense, these celestial light shows can reach much further afield. To give you an idea of just how extraordinary this can be, let's take a trip down memory lane to 2023. In that year, 2 solar eruptions caused a rare event. An unusual display of the northern lights was seen as far south as Texas and Colorado. The vibrant reds, purples, and greens of the aurora painted the night sky in these southern states, leaving spectators in awe of the sun's power and splendor. As we approach 2024, scientists predict that we're heading towards another solar maximum. This means we can expect more of these breathtaking solar events, making the coming year a promising one for sky watchers and aurora chasers alike. So what does this mean for us here on Earth? Solar events are not just a magnificent spectacle, they can have real-world impacts. Let's talk about how solar events, such as eruptions or flares, can cause something known as geomagnetic storms. These storms occur when charged particles from the sun interact with the magnetic field of our Earth. At times, these storms can disrupt communication and power systems, as was the case with the solar eruption in 2023. This eruption reached Earth earlier than predicted, causing a moderate geomagnetic storm. Fortunately, while there were some concerns about potential disruptions, the storm proved to be mostly moderate. Now, you might be wondering, what does a moderate storm mean? Well, in this case, it meant a spectacular display of northern lights in some regions, but no significant damage to infrastructure. However, we should bear in mind that not all solar events are created equal. Some can be much more powerful and their effects more disruptive. While most solar events don't cause significant damage, the possibility is there. A particularly powerful solar event could result in a geomagnetic storm strong enough to cause widespread disruptions, potentially even power blackouts. And with the sun becoming increasingly active, we can expect more solar storms in the future. But don't worry, we're not completely at the mercy of our sun. Scientists and engineers are continuously monitoring solar activity and working on ways to protect our infrastructure from potential solar storms. So while we should respect the power of our sun, we can also appreciate its beauty, knowing that we're doing our best to prepare for whatever it might throw our way. In our next scene, we'll dive into a different aspect of solar events and meet the people who travel thousands of miles to witness them. Stay tuned. There are those among us who travel the world chasing these solar events. They're known as umbraphiles, or more commonly, eclipse chasers. These individuals are driven by a profound sense of awe and wonder that only a rare cosmic event like a solar eclipse can evoke. They journey thousands of miles, crossing continents and oceans, all to stand in the transient shadow of the moon. But it's not just about the chase. It's about the community that's built along the way. Umbraphiles form a dedicated network, sharing their experiences and tips online, helping each other to find the best vantage points and prepare for the next big event. They exchange stories of eclipses past and plan for those yet to come, all in the pursuit of that fleeting moment of celestial alignment. The cost of this passion can be significant, with strategic planning needed to maximize the experience while being mindful of expenses. But ask any umbraphile, and they'll tell you the investment is worth every penny. For them, chasing eclipses isn't just a hobby, it's a break from the mundanity of routine life, a chance to connect with the cosmos on a deeply personal level. These solar events aren't just scientifically fascinating, they're also a source of awe and inspiration. So, what can we expect in 2024? Well, as we've journeyed together through the cosmos, we've learned a few things. First, scientists are predicting a solar maximum, a peak in solar activity, which could lead to more frequent and possibly more intense solar events. These events aren't just spectacular light shows, they can have real impacts here on Earth. From triggering geomagnetic storms to potentially disrupting communication and power systems, They remind us of our place in the universe and our connection to the celestial sphere. But it's not all doom and gloom. There's a community of dedicated individuals, the eclipse chasers, who travel the globe to witness these cosmic events. For them, it's a unique and enriching experience, a break from the mundane, a chance to touch the infinite. As we look towards the future, towards 2024, we can anticipate a year of celestial wonders, of challenges, and of shared experiences. We can expect a year of discovery and awe as we once again turn our gaze towards the stars. No matter what happens, 2024 is sure to be a year to remember in the world of astronomy.